risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the mic as always, Jeff. To my left is Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
Hello everyone, welcome to the special Night of Champions prediction show of the Scholars of Wrestling.
What he said. And to my other left, Scholar Brian, fresh from the Crusades.
You know what I hate? When I have a bunch of rage to release, but nothing in the world of wrestling is pissing me off.
Oh, I'm so sorry to be you, where everything is sunshine and rainbows. For once.
Everything in the world of wrestling is sunshine and rainbows.
Well, yeah.
Nothing in the real world is.
Well, we can't. We're not. This is not Scholars of the real world. We'll leave that to the real
Which is
academics.
a very good thing.
Oh,
okay then.
it suddenly got a dark turn.
Yeah, it did. So let's just go right
Thank
into
you,
it.
Brian.
Speaking of academics, let's go right
Douchebag.
into
Damn straight.
backstage news.
Indeed, let us go peek behind the curtains and check in on a little
Backstage news.
news.
Backstage
News.
Backstage news.
Backstage news.
Bah.
Anywho, you might have heard that I was mentioning academics while talking about backstage news.
Were you?
Yes, I was. You know why?
Why?
Because Damien Sandow is back again.
I read this.
Yay.
I was really hoping we would talk about this. Him coming back on main event. You know what? Better than not being on the card at all. Facing a newly packaged Adam Rose as what the people are calling him, the party pooper.
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
And I actually saw the episode of NXT where he debuted, and the amount of times he just said the word poop in a sentence.
Okay,
enough is enough.
Adam Rose is gone. Is done.
I just have a question. I heard he's kind of like a, I guess the best word, a bookworm looking type with like glasses and trying to stand like in a nice position, standing up straight.
He's kind of like a wrestling hipster.
Wrestling hipster. He wasn't
Adam
a wrestling.
Roses.
He wasn't a
Nobody
wrestling
likes
hipster
a
with
hipster.
Adam Rose was more like a what was that guy from
Party Man?
From Forgetting Sarah Marshall, the guy nobody liked.
He's that dude at the party that you go to that he's trying to be the life of the party and everyone's just laughing.
Anyway,
Well, yeah, he
back
was
to-
like, no one wanted to party with me, so I'll be the party poopa, poop.
And if that's his gimmick, put a knife in him now.
send out the Sandow in full
take him-
regalia again.
What was his?
Yeah.
What's his title now?
He's it's not intellectual savior
Yeah,
of
it's
the
not-
masses. It's something similar to that, but with a more facey spin.
Well, yeah, he's back with the blue robe. He's back with the pink tights.
So it's
AKA
basically Damien Sandow, the face version.
AKA what we've wanted from the beginning.
Really.
Oh, what?
It's,
This is
it's
gonna
not
bother
the,
me.
It's not the douchebag from the beginning where he was just like, I'm better than all of you and all that, trying to be saying that he's smarter than everyone else. It's the face version where he's
It's
like,
like-
I am smarter than you, but
I like the guy who comes out and points out all the stupid shit. That's pretty much him, but as a face.
so basically Edge when he was
God.
running around. So basically Edge when he was running around with and Jack Swagger had his soaring eagle or whatever, and he was like, I am done with all of this stupid crap, and I'm having a crusade against the stupid.
I'll take that.
Yes, take your belt back.
I'll take my title.
So is that basically what Damien Sandow's doing?
Pretty much,
Now
yeah.
it's the lightweight version of the Edge storyline when he was crusading against all the stupid gimmicks.
I prefer the term faceified.
Well, Edge was a face when he was doing that.
Was he? I thought it was
He
a
was
heel.
going against Jack Swagger and his stupid soaring eagle.
Yeah, well, that was also a Jack Swagger feud. I really don't remember too much about that.
Yeah, true. It was at that point where it was after his feud with Chris Jericho, but in between the NXT stuff, the
Yeah, I remember it
The
now.
Nexus,
I just didn't
that-
remember until you brought it up.
that crappy little angle where he was just beating up the soaring eagle.
Yeah, well, I remember very little about the Soaring Eagle days. I'll be
Yeah,
very
that's-
honest with you.
I choose to forget about the Soaring Eagle days because I don't. If for all the new listeners, I potentially am not a big fan of Jack Swagger.
Eh,
Never have, never will.
apparently the administration isn't either, but hey. The bottom line is, our boy Sandow is back in full regalia, presumably as he deserves. Now, speaking of NXT, did anybody catch NXT this past week?
I did not.
I was going to watch it. I'm going to watch it when I get home.
Okay, well, minor spoilers for the show. There were a couple of interesting people who showed up. Interesting name changes. The least of which is
I did hear. I did see
what am I talking
that.
about?
Asuka.
I do
Asuka.
know that I did see
Damn
that
it!
Kana,
I knew I'd
or
get it wrong.
whatever her name
Yes,
is
just
going
to
to
clarify, Kana is going to be debuting next week under the name Asuka.
Damn it! I thought it was Asuka.
No, it's
However you want to
the
say
U
it.
is the U is like barely pronounced. It's not quite silent, but it's almost there. It's Asuka. Which honestly, the first thing I thought of was that one character from Tekken with the really annoying parry. Tekken.
So who gets to job to her first is basically.
I hope it's Eva Marie.
You know it's
No,
not.
No.
You know it's not.
They're
We-
building
I
her
said I
up.
hope.
We talked about this last week.
I said hey,
The
one
hope.
can dream.
The hope is there, but it's probably gonna be like one of the no names. If she comes out and goes right after Bailey, that would be awesome.
That
It would.
you know what? With Sasha Banks on her way out, that might be the next feud.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the most implausible thing.
Now, but they're gonna have to do something like the way I see it. She beats up a no name. Do the Kevin Owens thing. Okay, you beat up a no name the first match of the night. Okay, and then like Bailey is having a segment or something later on in the show, and here comes Asuka. And there you go. There's the beginning of your feud.
Whammo.
Yeah.
But you know what? Asuka wasn't the only person who made her debut last night. There was also an appearance by a certain Miss Sarah Dobson. Which, that didn't mean anything to probably the rest of the people in this room. But I noticed she looked familiar, and the name Dobson looked familiar. This was actually a woman, I believe, based out of the UK, who wrestles under the name Crazy Mary Dobson. I've seen a couple matches of her. She's not bad. She's known for doing like intergender matches and death matches and all that stuff. She's not bad. So she's another one to look out for. Probably in the same realm as Leva Bates, aka Blue Pants, where she'll just make it like sporadic appearances. But who knows?
Okay, I just looked it up just to get confirmation because it would bother me the rest of the night. Damien Sandow, his new gimmick is the voice of common sense.
There you go. Close enough.
And here's what Adam Rose looks like now, like with that.
Looking up Adam Rose pictures, modern Adam Rose pictures.
Done.
It's like-
Stick a fork in him. He's done.
Cheering on your favorite superstars like the mindless sheep that you are. That's what he posted on Twitter with this picture. None of you
Yeah.
could see it, but I'm just showing them right now.
Yeah, he's pretty much a hipster, a wrestling hipster.
And they could probably go somewhere with that. Okay, back to
Yeah.
what we were talking about before.
So yeah, debuts of Asuka and Sarah Dobson this week.
Can't wait.
Yeah, good stuff. And
We shall see.
between all the new debuts of all the new girls coming in, I think the NXT Women's Division is going to be just fine.
NXT Women's Division is going to be just fine. They need to up the quota on the male wrestlers.
Oh,
The
yeah.
male wrestlers aren't very impressive at the moment for me, except for the obvious Finn Balor,
Finn Balor, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
They're actually doing something
Yeah.
with Baron Corbin right now.
Yeah, but
Tyler Breeze is still around.
I mean, like
Vaudevillains.
looking at the card from the last two pay-per-views, or the last two big events. I mean, like, I want to see more talent.
And you will get more talent.
Not just the same. Like, it's cool that you're bringing in all these divas, or women, or whatever you want to call them there in NXT. It's different. But, I think you need to slow down on the women at this point. The women are going to do their own thing and start bringing in some more guys.
And you know what? They just brought in Johnny Gargano and Ciampa, or whatever his name is.
And that makes me happy.
You got that. You've got Samoa Joe still. We've got what's his name? El Generico coming back. Sami Zayn.
Yeah, say it right. Sami Zayn.
I was sorry. It's been a while since I used his name. I was blanking for a second. I apologize. Again, you've got the Vaudevillains. You've still got Tyler Breeze kicking around. Speaking of kicking around, you still also have Hideo Itami, who's on
Kojima.
There you go.
Yeah, who's coming back.
No, because I was worried for a bit when Itami went out with the injury, and then Kevin Owens got bought up. I was like, okay, so they're giving the title to Balor. Who's he gonna fight? Who's he gonna fight? Because Itami's out. Owens is up in the big leagues now.
He could fight Samoa Joe. He could fight Hideo Itami. He could fight.
No, my whole point was at the time. There was nothing. Kojima was out. Itami was injured.
Tyler Breeze.
Itami was injured, and Samoa Joe had just debuted. So it was like before that, it's like, okay, we know that Finn Balor is gonna win here in the first match against Kevin Owens. Okay, we know he's gonna win. Samoa Joe hadn't debuted, hadn't really done anything yet. Okay, he had just shown up that one time, right? And did the face to face, but he hadn't really with Kevin Owens, but hadn't really done anything to that point. Mm-hmm. So it's like Itami's out with an injury. Samoa Joe just showed up. Okay, Tyler Breeze is always a standby, but you know he's never gonna win. Okay, so at that point it was like, who do they have? The talent is either going up to the main roster or it's injured. And so they did a good job with Baron Corbin, with the Samoa Joe, and now I just feel the need for, they're looking so into the women's division, and that's great because it's one of the biggest things going on NXT right now. But don't forget to build up more male superstars. And
you know what? Even despite all the injuries and sidetracks or whatnot, there's still plenty to go around, and they're still being built up.
Yeah, they didn't do
Apollo
a bad
Crews.
job. They didn't do a bad job. I wasn't worried. I'm not as worried as I was when Itami went out. Okay, I'm still a little worried because you had a lot to look forward to. Mm-hmm. Okay, you had Kevin Owens, you had Finn Balor, you had Sami Zayn, and you had the big four. Okay, then one goes up, two get injured, and then it's Finn Balor at the top. What do? You bring in Samoa Joe. Okay, that's good.
Joey Samoa.
Okay. Your two best guys.
You like that fool.
Your two best guys that aren't Finn Balor are still out. Who are you gonna bring up? Who are you gonna build to be
the very best,
a challenger
like no one
for Finn Balor?
Well, again, now they've got plenty. They've got plenty to work up, bring up, and work from.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it recently.
You know what? It's still very fresh, by all standards.
We'll see how it goes.
Yes, you will. But in the meantime, speaking of champions, we cannot talk about wrestling this week without talking about this weekend's Night of Champions.
Of course, I had to bring out my World Heavyweight title for this event.
Naturally.
Hell,
of
for
course
this
you did.
show.
Breaking
I had
out
to
the
bring it
world title replica belts. And you know what? Just looking at this card, it's actually looking like a surprisingly decent show. So let's just get right into it. With the kickoff show, we are looking at a tag match. The Lucha Dragons versus the Cosmic Wasteland. Of course, the Ascension and Stardust. Gentlemen, who do you got?
I actually didn't know this match existed, so...
It must have just gotten added. But yeah, it's a real thing. Who do you got?
I don't really care, so I'm gonna go Lucha Dragons. Any match that involves the Ascension, I could honestly care less at this point.
You weren't here last week, so we actually did get into a little discussion about this. I think this actually pairing the Ascension with Stardust may be the best thing for them to help actually help repackage them. I even said it to Jeff last week. I hope they change their attire to make it look more Stardust-esque.
Jinx, Joe, me,
if you're not, because this is an audio show, Brian was laying back of what I was saying. The second I suggested changing their attire to look more Stardust-esque, he just has a big smile on his face, and that sat him up. He likes it.
Yeah, I do.
So I'm actually gonna
have them come out all weird, like Stardust does. Have them all go to opposite corners when he's standing on the guardrail or whatever that is, blocking the crowd from coming into the ring. You get standing on there doing that. You have the Ascension on the opposite side doing the same crap. It just if you're gonna put them together, put them together.
I agree
permanently.
All right. So who wins?
Right now, I'm gonna choose the Ascension. Or Cosmic Wasteland, or wherever the hell they want to be called. Just because they just got together, it'll just be no pun intended, a complete waste of time to just pair them together to end up losing. It's gonna be a dirty victory.
I agree.
But I'm just gonna say Cosmic Wasteland.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. With a team like this that just formed. It looks like they're going to be around for a little while.
And this is a fresh feud.
Wait, are you telling me that you're not going with your Mark self and saying
the Lucha Dragons?
The Lucha Dragons. Well, you are going against the tag team version of Daniel Bryan for you. Is that what you're saying right now?
Version of Daniel Bryan.
You said it last month.
Yeah, you said it. You have. You actually
have.
You know
what? A lot can happen in a month, and now the New Day are here. So, what up?
Actually, it was just a couple of weeks ago you were saying, because we were all pretty much choosing our Daniel Bryan.
I am not faulting you for it, but I just find it funny how you were a couple weeks ago. I will never say that the Lucha Dragons will not win. And here we are today.
I did not say that.
I think you
That's
did
what
say
it was implied.
Check the archive.
I actually do think you did say something similar to the point where if the Lucha Dragons are in a tag team title match, that you would choose them every time.
I don't believe you.
In defense, no wait. In defense,
don't believe you.
This is not a tag team title match, so it's acceptable.
Oh, it's acceptable now.
It is acceptable for you to not choose the Lucha Dragons in this.
Oh, well, I'm so glad I'm acceptable to you, Tarek.
Yes, you have gained my approval.
Nice messing up acceptable. I love it.
But apparently we're all misusing words today.
Let me ask you something, Brian. Because of the suggestion I made with Cosmic Wasteland, have I built intrigue?
You have, and it's making me...
Because
change mine.
This feud.
It's the Cosmic Wasteland. I didn't think about that beforehand. The only thing I thought of was my hatred for the old Ascension.
You're welcome.
So and then it's like, wait a minute, and then you start talking, right. And I'm like, wait a minute, damn it, you're right, and I'm wrong. Get it right.
Before we move on, I just have one quick question for you both.
Oi.
If Stardust wants to keep his feud going with Stephen Amell,
it's this feud that's keeping it that way.
If he still wants to keep this feud with Stephen Amell, and if he wants to really mock Stephen Amell, do you think it's likely that he could take his tag team name, the Cosmic Wasteland, and just abbreviate it to the CW.
That would be interesting. I like that.
Dude, imagine if that was actually what they were going for.
That would be interesting.
I would.
That would
It would
involve
make
way too
sense.
much creativity.
It would make sense. And how long did you think of that theory?
I was
just like 3 minutes ago.
I was
That
actually
was-
I was thinking you were going to go in a different direction with this and have Stardust come out.
That's actually
instead
really
of-
good, though.
Instead, coming out with like silver and green, and have his thing be a hooded coat, just so he can look like the Green Arrow.
You know what?
But I
needs
do
to
like
happen?
that. I like that one better.
You know what needs to happen? Cody Rhodes needs to have a guest spot on like season 4 of Arrow.
I'm
Just-
not sure they're going to do that.
Just
but it'd be
randomly.
cool.
No, just have him be like a villain of the week or something, and it would work so well. Have like his character of Stardust.
Okay,
Oh,
then.
I don't think that would happen.
Yeah. Anyway, it's all still going into a good direction. At least for a kickoff match, it looks pretty good to me.
It's intriguing. I can't wait. I actually have a reason to watch the kickoff show.
Okay, next match, Rooney. We got. Speaking of the New Day, we've got the New Day versus the Dudley Boys and for the tag team titles. Gentlemen, what do you got?
This is a hard one.
It really is.
But it's hard to think that this is going to end the feud. This is going to be a feud to keep on going.
I'm gonna go the New Day just because they just won, and I don't think that the Dudley Boys are the type to just come in
I agree.
and take the tag team titles from a new tag team champion.
Yeah, if
Exactly.
they're going to have a long-term feud with a team that's really, really hot right now, I'm convinced the New Day are going to retain this time.
Like
Yeah.
if they won it at SummerSlam, and then both Dudley Boys come back in like the Royal Rumble, and they build it up for WrestleMania, and then the Dudley Boys face off against the New Day for the tag team titles at WrestleMania, then I could see the Dudley Boys winning, but not the way they did it right now.
This is just the beginning of something big. So
Yeah.
and it's obviously going to continue on from here.
And it's obviously gonna end dirty.
It's going to be the New Day.
The New
I'm
Day
picking
win.
New Day as well.
New Day
The
wins.
the Dudley Boys will get their 10-time tag team championship,
Yeah.
but not now.
Okay, then.
I believe they do it either at Survivor Series or WrestleMania. They got it. They got
That's got
to
to
do
be
it.
a big one.
They got to get it at one of the big four.
I agree.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. And you know what? We both know that these guys can definitely deliver, especially with the New Day being on the streak and that freaking trombone.
Okay,
Nothing beats the Final Fantasy
here
battle theme.
here's I'm not gonna pull a Scholars Quick Talk as like a segment for the show because for the prediction show, but here's one fun Scholars Quick Talk for this match in particular, or for this feud in particular. Do we see Spike Dudley?
No.
No.
Spike Dudley is permanently retired and is so far away from the wrestling business that...
What has he been doing recently?
I think that Spike Dudley is.
I think
Spike Dudley got his ass kicked for years. Okay, he's lucky that he's not.
Yeah, Spike
permanently
Dudley
injured.
is like... I think he's doing some sort of philanthropy work or something. He
Oh,
got
well,
married.
Oh, yeah, then he-
He's-
If that's the case, he is definitely not doing anything.
I'm pretty sure that he wants nothing to do with anything Dudley Boy related.
Yeah,
at
he's
this point in
permanently done.
Granted, I would still love to have seen a Spike Dudley Xavier Woods interaction.
And
That would
nothing
be fun.
nothing says that there's not a slight chance that it could actually happen. Like not
A one-
battle wise,
A one-time appearance?
a
type?
one-time appearance. Just like I would love to see. What was the name of Spike Dudley's finisher?
Dudley Dog.
Dudley Dog.
The Dudley. I would love to see one more Dudley Dog on Xavier Woods, and that's the only move he does, and then he gets out of there.
You know what?
We see him for
That-
like 3 seconds.
That might be workable, but again, I don't know what kind of physical shape Spike Dudley is in right now. But
yeah,
hey,
because he was small to begin with.
yeah, but hey,
So-
it's not about the size, obviously.
How
But
do
Oh,
you use
yeah.
it?
yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah. No, my thing is he's small and he got his ass kicked for years. So who knows what physical shape he's actually in?
I think he's workable. It's just a matter of whether or not he's going to want to get in the ring.
Just for one Dudley dog?
Hey,
Hey,
who knows?
Just
one
for
Dudley
one Dudley.
dog, you get paid a crap load of money.
Exactly.
Okay, you're Spike Dudley, part of the Dudley Boys. Okay, you're getting some cash for one move. Okay.
Hey, well, then again, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, moving on to the feud of the year, Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. Who do you got?
Rusev, end it.
I'm
saying Rusev because they're talking about they want to put Rusev and Lana back together.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I say Lana turns.
WWE is sick of this feud as much as we all are, and they think that
I think
separating
everyone involved is sick of the feud.
they are convinced that separating Lana and Rusev was like the worst decision for them to have done, and as Brian said, they want to put them back together.
I don't think it was the worst decision they could have done. It was the way they went about it afterwards that derailed the whole thing. The whole lead up was awesome. The whole lead up to Lana splitting from Rusev was great, okay? And then, as WWE is wont to do, they fucked it up. By letting Dolph Ziggler go and do his movie. Okay, that was the thing, because they have Lana in basically getting her ass beat by Summer Rae every week while Dolph Ziggler is gone. I was like, if you're gonna start a feud like that, put someone in the spot of Dolph Ziggler that isn't gonna go away for a month and do a movie.
From that to Rusev being injured with his foot.
It was just bad news all around.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
It was just silly. So yeah, Rusev.
Yes.
Rusev, Lana.
Rusev crush.
Lana turns on Dolph Ziggler. Who gives a crap what Summer Rae does?
It's probably why they had Dolph.
I care.
It's probably why they had Dolph Ziggler give Summer Rae a present on this past week on Raw, and Summer Rae like hiding it from Rusev. This whole thing is stupid.
Yeah,
so it kind of doesn't give me hope, because if Lana turns on Dolph Ziggler to go with Rusev, this thing ain't over. Yeah.
But to really think that they're gonna have Dolph, I love Dolph, but there's no
Dolph
way.
Can't win here.
There's no way they're gonna have him win against Rusev.
Rusev wins via Lana turning on Ziggler. That's it.
Rusev wins via crush.
Gosh.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on. Next match, we have something potentially good in the Wyatt family versus in a 6-man tag match against Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and just Shield. No, really, it's Ambrose, Reigns, and somebody else.
It's funny because
whenever there's a mystery partner, the person on that group, the mystery partner team wins.
Well, it depends on who the mystery partner is. There have been names, at least 4 that I remember.
Well, they actually
possibly 5.
They screwed up and put Baron Corbin's picture on
that's one.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin, wait, I actually despise that idea.
No, I'm pretty sure that since they leaked it, it's not going to happen now.
Yeah, I'm convinced that's a Photoshop for the record.
Baron Corbin, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan in his return, and the biggest wild card for me in this list, Kane.
The only thing that makes sense for me, okay, Chris Jericho said that he's not doing TV, he's not doing pay-per-view. So, cross him out for me. Okay. The only one who makes sense is Randy Orton, because he's been attacked by the Wyatt family.
Okay, 2 things. Before we get to who the third man might be, what are your predictions as far as
Wyatt's?
Wyatt's? Really?
Yeah, because what would have been the point of bringing in God, why do I keep
You don't get pinned.
It doesn't matter. They had to bring someone in to make the Wyatts look strong, and then all of a sudden bring him in, it doesn't matter? They still end up losing?
Well,
How
remember who's on the other side.
All right.
Yeah, but it's still. Then what would be the whole point of this feud with the Wyatts not going over at all in this feud?
They went over.
Yeah, just one-on-one match that really much just ended with Luke Harper attacking him. Yeah, yippee.
Haven't you figured out that the WWE likes to screw over the members of the Wyatt family?
Okay, here, let me just propose this. I'm picking the Not Shield to win, primarily because one of the names used as a returning third man is Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan comes back, then maybe they could springboard him and get him a big comeback win, use the momentum to actually get a win here. If he ends up getting just about anyone else off that list you just mentioned, then yeah, it's probably going to go to the Wyatts.
Because I can honestly see, like, Roman Reigns and what's his name, Sam from Game of Thrones.
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, I could see them at some point getting into an all-out melee brawl and just fighting into the back, and you never see them again. I can see it. My problem, okay, is most of the time when there's a mystery option, the mystery option wins.
Here's an interesting thought.
It's WWE logic that the mystery opponent wins.
Here's an interesting thought. What if the third man is Eric Rowan?
I would hate it.
I don't.
It's not happening.
I don't think he's ready yet. That was a major injury.
Injury, and it wouldn't make any sense.
Okay.
It wouldn't.
It
How can it?
A little bit, because
It's not
Braun, whatever his name is,
Braun
took his spot. That's his spot in the Wyatt family. So he might have, like... It doesn't make sense to team him with the Shield. No, but it does make sense that he'd just be like, you take my spot, I'm coming after you. That kind of deal. So
who says that it took his spot? It's just another spot that they added.
I'm just throwing a thought out there, really.
But either way, okay, I'm going not Shield because of the mystery opponent, mystery partner aspect. When it comes to smart logic, the Wyatt family wins. Okay, when it comes to WWE logic, the mystery opponent always wins. Always.
You know, the mystery partner could also be Savio Vega. Did you see that backstage interview?
Oh, good lord.
Savio Vega.
Savio Vega beats the Wyatt family.
You didn't see the backstage interview with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose?
No, not yet.
JoJo asked them who is the mystery partner, and they said it's either the Great Khali or Savio Vega. And they were both joking around about it. And there's like,
you know what?
I talked to Savio Vega just a while ago. He said he was down for it. Seriously, it's Savio Vega.
That's the kind of
Savio Vega wins.
That's the kind of jokes I'm okay with a face Roman Reigns making.
It's not on It's not on TV. It has to be on like a backstage interview.
Hey, better,
on YouTube.
Better there than what happens behind in the backstage eventually shows up to the forefront.
I agree with you that it makes more sense that the Wyatt family has to win because of the guy that they just bought up. But history shows mystery partners always win.
It depends on the mystery partner. If it's Daniel Bryan, probably, but I don't see him coming back. I could see him more coming back at a Royal Rumble.
I still think that the Wyatt family attacking Randy Orton.
Well, in that case, it could also be Jimmy Uso being a mystery partner because they attacked him too.
Nailed it. It's very obviously Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to bigger and better things. Yeah.
It's the Divas title match, isn't it?
No.
I heard that cough.
Yes. Yeah. Nikki Bella versus Charlotte for the
Nikki Bella wins. No, just kidding. No,
shut your whore mouth. Yeah, Nikki Bella, Charlotte, Divas Championship. Who wins?
Charlotte.
I think it's very obvious. It's like now that Nikki has broken the record, Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah.
Charlotte. If you,
How is
I mean,
that
you're
so- how
gonna
is that
say-
so
Tell
shocking?
me you're saying it. Tell me you're saying it.
Wait, what do you... Hold on. Back the truck
Tell
up.
me you're saying Nikki Bella.
I'm not saying Nikki Bella. I'm
No,
saying
because
Charlotte.
you were questioning his argument.
I
No,
would,
I'm not
no,
questioning his argument. I'm just a little surprised by the unanimous vote of not pessimism that Charlotte's going to take it.
No, there's no
It's
pessimism
obvious.
here.
It's as clear as day.
The way it happened on Raw, the way that whole thing went down,
Hated it.
hated it, but confirmed that Charlotte comes out on top.
I don't know what pisses me off more. The fact that they had Nikki Bella win through, or the fact that they had her win through a same situation that they did with Paige not less than a month or two ago.
Huh.
With the whole Paige beating Brie Bella when you had to have Brie Bella put stuff in her boobs to make her boobs bigger.
That's the problem when the writing team for the Divas
There
is
lack thereof.
has no brain. They have no brain. They can't think of new ideas. So and Nikki Bella doesn't help. Okay, so it's like they go back to the well. How do you screw over the other opponent? Beat the twin. That's the problem with twins wrestling. It's an easy go-to.
Yeah, too bad they're not identical anymore, but hey. Hopefully, if Charlotte actually does end up winning, this will go someplace else. Just
Well, now since
the
disqualification,
belt off.
count out, all that, if that happens, Charlotte wins. I hate the Divas Revolution. I'm just gonna flat out say I hate it.
It's not where
It could have been so much better.
It's a
Than
bust.
what it is now.
It's a fail for me.
Nikki Bella match.
As soon as I went beat the clock, I was like, what's the point of this? I was like, you were building up Charlotte all the way. Just have Charlotte beat.
And they were building
Brie Bella or
they were
whatever.
building up this whole Divas title match. Like they were hyping it up so much just to have it end on like I said, a bullshit call that they did no more than a few months ago. It's really, and have Stephanie McMahon come out. It's like, oh, because that happened. Where, like, there have been plenty of matches where they had kind of stupid endings like this. Where was the authority figure at the time then saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, this so and so." I
Because
hate it.
inconsistent
I
booking.
hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Can't make it.
Because the writers don't know how to book the Divas division.
Now,
They
and,
never have. They never will.
like they dropped Nikki's title reign because she's married to CM Punk, and now I heard rumors that they're
CM Punk,
they're going to drop the CM Punk title reign and give it to Roman Reigns.
Oh, they better not.
No,
No.
I don't think so
I don't
because they're
believe it.
saying that Reigns is gonna win it. The plan that I heard was Roman Reigns will win it at some point in the coming year, and then Cena will tie the record by beating Reigns at like SummerSlam or something like that.
Ew.
So it sucks, but you're not getting
That's actually-
you're not beating the CM Punk reign with Roman Reigns at that point.
Wow, I hate that just as
I-
much.
I need to not think about this for a while, so can we please talk for a minute about a wrestler I actually do like? Kevin Owens versus Ryback for the Intercontinental title.
This
Call
was
it, guys.
actually tough.
This is a tough one, just because it's so green. This feud, it barely got started before they threw the match together.
Yeah,
They threw hints at it, but it never formed into anything. So
what I want to happen? Kevin Owens, obviously.
Okay, so
Put the pen away. Kevin Owens.
I gotta take notes here, sir.
What I want to happen is Kevin Owens to win because
that's not
Kevin
your
Owens
prediction.
Kevin Owens to me is like Daniel Bryan to you. That's
But
okay.
there's a big but there.
Ryback just beat Big Show and The Miz handily. like it was nothing. Okay, so it's like, and his reign is still somewhat kind of green, and this feud came out of nowhere. It just happened. So this is like a 50-50 right here. I have absolutely no idea. So I'm gonna have to go with what I want to happen.
So you're going Owens then?
I'm going Owens, but this is the one where I do not know.
I would be happy with either of them.
Yeah. I'll tell you right up front. I'm picking Owens. Fool. Yours?
I'm 100% agreeing with Brian on this one, and because it's such a green feud, and I can actually see it going past this.
I can
And
honestly see it
I
being
could
a
see-
double DQ.
I don't even see that. I actually do seeing Owens taking the win, but in like a dirty way.
Yeah,
So they can keep this feud going because they want to. Because to be perfectly honest, I think Owens needs this win a lot more than Ryback does.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Or let me say it this way: they both really need a win, but Owens needs it more, and Ryback won't get hurt from it, especially if it's going to be like a dirty win, and they're going to keep this feud going because I could see this feud lasting a while,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be a very
Easy.
entertaining feud. Like from this one promo back and forth with Ryback and Owens. Granted, I didn't like Ryback doing the whole Elvis thing, but that's just Ryback having fun.
That's just
So I
Ryback
kind
being
of
Ryback.
gave him a slide on that one. But people say that Owens totally wiped the floor with Ryback when it comes to the mic skills.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it was a pretty even feud, mic discussion,
And
or
I
back
did-
and back and forth discussion.
But what I like about this match really is, remember that 6-man tag match?
Yes.
Or was it 8-man? It was either a 6-man or an
I know
8-man the
exactly
night
what
after
you're talking
SummerSlam. And when they were fighting, okay, it was all out. They were actually hitting each other. It's like they were stiffing the crap out of each other, and it was great.
You stupid mother.
That is what I want to see. I want to see 15 minutes of that one-on-one from the tag match.
Oh, I read that whole, like, they planned it backstage. They were like, we're going to be feuding soon. Let's go all out on each other on this
Yeah.
one. And you know what? It looked awesome. I can't wait to see
I
where
want
this
to see
feud goes.
more of that. I
And
want
I
to see
actually-
a lot more of
And
that.
I could see kind of like a dirty, stiff thing to end the match, and Owens taking the belt to keep this feud going.
Hey,
I could see like a low blow, push, a low blow, and then push him into the ropes
And then pop up.
and pop up. So it's like it's dirty but clean at the same time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
sounds
Lie,
like mud.
lie, cheat, and
Mud,
steal.
yeah.
I lie, I cheat, I steal, Holmes. Alright, anyway, enough fooling around. We know what we're going to get out of Owens. So let's get right into the big ones. The big question of the weekend. Starting with the U.S. title match. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. U.S. title match. Gentlemen, who you got?
Because of what I think happens in the next match, I've got Cena getting it back.
Okay. Fool, what do you think?
This is another tough one for me.
It is. That I'm not going to disagree with you with. It's tough.
It's a lot tough than the next match. I'll tell you that much.
My thing with the next match is that there's no confirmation that it's the main event. Like, there's been talk that it's not going to be the main event.
I hate
Like,
that.
there's been talk. That
I've
this
heard that too.
There's talk that this is going to be the main event,
and
which is why I think Cena wins.
I think that's the most insulting thing. When I've read it, I'm like, wow, that is the most insulting thing I've ever heard. Because, yeah, it may be John Cena, but it's Sting.
That's why it was so easy for me to just come out and say Cena.
And it was only rumors. Nothing was confirmed. I definitely think that the World Heavyweight title is going to close the show.
Alright, spoiler about
But
the US title. Who do you think's gonna win that?
I do think it's going to be Cena.
Cena?
I'm not a huge fan of it, because for obvious reasons. But it's like, oh, I got cheated, so it's my redemption. Whoop-de-doo. Baba Baloo,
Baba
you can't
Booey,
see
Baba
me.
Booey. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to have to be the contrarian one here and say Seth Rollins. Just because of, again, we're going to get to that in a minute, but just because of what I think we might be seeing at in the main event. So, you know what? Both the two are interconnected as it is, so, yeah, let's just get right on into it. The presumed main event was going to be Rollins versus Sting. World Heavyweight Championship.
Here's
What happens?
I think that they're going to start building Sting's WrestleMania match at Night of Champions. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think, okay, this is me talking. I think Seth Rollins walks out the World Heavyweight Championship via dirty tactics from someone outside of the match, which will build to Sting versus whoever at WrestleMania. Because I don't think we see Sting again until the build-up for WrestleMania. That's my thought. So I believe that Seth Rollins is going to lose one title at Night of Champions. He's going to retain the other one. That's my thought. I've already said he's going to lose the United States title. And I just think in order to build to the future, which is a big-time Sting match at WrestleMania, I think that whoever his opponent is going to be is going to come out and screw him at Night of Champions, causing Seth Rollins to retain. So, Rollins walks out World Heavyweight Champion, loses the United States Championship.
Okay. I'm going to say this right now. Personally, I'm going to take a probably, it might very well be a long shot. I'm going to say Sting takes it. Fool, it's on you.
Oh, I want to hear your reason.
I want to hear well, my first reason is, I really don't think Sting should not be losing his second match ever and have like a 0-2 losing streak.
Well,
in
the same
WWE.
thing happened to Brock Lesnar.
No,
He lost 2 in a row.
But except he was also just like tearing people up. See, I personally, for one, don't really even remember that. All I remember is Brock Lesnar, the force of nature. Now Sting just sort of looks like, if he doesn't win this, he'll just be old guy who is showing up and losing a bunch of matches because of what people used to think he was. And that I'm not convinced of. If anything, it should be because, he fought the law and the law won. This, I think if he still has a limited title run, a limited contract, then maybe this might be the time to do something with it.
I just feel that if he was going to win the championship, it's another one that needs to be at a big pay-per-view. It
But
needs
you know
to
what?
be... If they were going to do that, then they should have had that match at SummerSlam.
But what better way to actually pull that match off and build it up than at a... How do you actually build up a show without putting good matches on it?
See, here
Money
was
in
my
the Bank
thing.
was
okay?
really horrible for a long time.
For SummerSlam, it should have been Seth Rollins versus Sting if you want Sting to win. Okay, and then you have Sting versus Cena, U.S. Championship, World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions to build up Night of Champions, so you still have that. You still have that kind of thing. Okay, I just don't. Night of Champions, even though it's a big name, it's a great name, still a minor pay-per-view.
For now.
I just don't think that Sting wins the title at a minor pay-per-view. I think that this is a build for something bigger.
I can
For
see
Sting
why it might
at
think that.
WrestleMania, and it's also the beginning of Seth Rollins being like, I'm better than Triple H. It can start to build for Seth Rollins versus Triple H at WrestleMania, saying, "You beat Sting, I beat Sting.
What up?
What up?" You know what I mean?
Fool. Our votes are in. Break our deadlock.
See, what really set my mind on my decision is an interview I read today
Okay, what?
from Sting, where he said that he is at a point in his career where he should be putting people over, and that he's like, he just can't see himself winning the world title as a 56-year-old man. So, and he's just at the point in his career where he should be putting the younger talent over. So, because of that, I'm choosing Seth Rollins. And yeah,
I've got it.
You've got... Brian's got something. I'm listening.
Undertaker.
that is.
Okay. Undertaker and...
With the heel tactics that he used against Brock Lesnar, turns out that he's working with Triple H. Okay. He takes out Sting, causing Seth Rollins to win. You get your Undertaker Sting match at WrestleMania.
So you're saying Undertaker...
Sting is the
turns
face,
heel.
Undertaker's the heel.
If it was getting closer to WrestleMania, then I'd say
I'm
that
saying-
sounds like an incredible idea.
See, because my thing is, Night of Champions. You're probably not going to see Sting again until the build-up for WrestleMania. You're probably not going to see the Undertaker again, if my plan happens, until the build-up for WrestleMania.
All right, here's the exact quote in the interview with Rolling Stone that Sting said. "I had my time. There's no question about that. For a guy my age to be where I am right now is, to me, next to impossible. And yet, I'm here. It's not about Sting. Not anymore. You're asking a straight-up question, I'll give you a straight-up answer. That's it, and I'm fine with that."
Okay. Well, we'll see if that actually ends up being the case on this Sunday. In the meantime, we want to know what you think. You're right. You know what? This is the internet wrestling community. It goes beyond just our show. It goes beyond just any one forum. So, like I said, we want to know what you think. Drop us a line. Leave us a comment. Who do you think is going to win each match? Is Sting going to actually win the title and cement his place in history, or do you think he's doing the right thing and stepping aside and letting the new generation take up the reins? Right? Give us all your predictions for all these matches and more. Post them in the comments below. Follow us on Twitter. Direct message us on Twitter. You can also comment on our Facebook page at the Scholars of Wrestling Show. You can follow all of us on Twitter. All of our handles should be right in the description there. And of course, you can always, above and beyond just commenting on this video, you can also like it, and you can also subscribe to us for more wrestling talk every single weekend. In your face.
In the face!
In the face.
Wow.
Wrestling news in the face.
I got nothing to say to that.
Well, you know what? Neither do I. Because you know what? That was an episode of Scholars of Wrestling. I'm looking forward to Night of Champions. And I don't know about you, but I know I'm a scholar of wrestling. You're a scholar of wrestling. Brian, you're a scholar of wrestling?
I believe I am.
We are all scholars of wrestling, and you all have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
See you all at Night of Champions.
I'm now gonna just go take my title and go home.
Go away.